what a tournament it was for Nigeria. We still remember those happy memories. They will always be with us, that the Super Eagles left with us. Of course, it didn't end the way we wanted. I mean, it could only go to one team. So yes, to review how this AFCON 2024 panned out, Ida Peterside joins us this morning. Good morning, and thank you for coming on today. So, thank you for yes, we didn't lift the trophy, but all the same, what a tournament it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was unbelievable. 1 month, almost 1 month of pressure, 1 month of football, 1 month of remote control. We've held the remote controls for 1 month now, and it's been beautiful. Yesterday, we know we're coming to yesterday. Yesterday we played. We played a game nobody wanted to play. You know, the silver medal, the worst medal, the silver medal, anyone in the tournament, silver medal. It is the medal you don't want to play for. It is the medal that they give to you. The silver medal is worse than the bronze medal in football.
So the thing about that match yesterday is that quite a number of people expected us to play differently from the way we played. Yes. So have you been in touch with the team or the coaching crew to find out what informed that style of play that we came up with yesterday?
I think the pressure, again, let's not forget, we are playing against the home team. We shouldn't forget that. We saw the stadium, 60,000 Ivorians rooting for their team. It was a massive pressure game. And what you tell your wards in a game like this is that they will come with pressure, which we did. We did that in the first 30 minutes. But now you expected after that 30 minutes, we needed to start playing. We got the goal. Fortunately for us, we got that goal. We think a lot of mistakes were made by the coach. But today I told myself it's not a day of criticism. Yes, we'll analyze the game with an open mind, but kudos must go to the team. Just for getting to the finals on its own. We must thank these boys for hyping us up, for making Nigeria proud and getting to where they got to. The game proper, I think they got proper. 1 or 2 mistakes were made here and there. And I think that's for critical analysis. You need to look at factors, ask the coach, why did you change your team? Why is it that when we saw that Iwobi wasn't producing, why didn't you change him? We put so much pressure on Osimhen. Osimhen wasn't delivering at a particular stage. He was hacked down here and there. Why don't you change him early? These are questions where analysts and critical in-lookers will look at and say, why did the coach take such decision?
Well, the thing about that, is that nobody expected this team to go this far in the first place, because the build-up to this tournament, let's not even forget, a lot of the matches that they played, people said, no way. There's no way I'm going to watch AFCON with this team, the way they've been losing and coming to this tournament. Only for them to hear, whoa, first, second, after the group stage, semi-final. At least those kind of things usually happen to Nigerian teams. But, of course, when you get to the final, expectations will be high. So one wonders. But does the NFF, I think they have a technical side. So those issues that you raised in the review, do they normally factor that in and then pass on some information to the coaching crew? Or how does it work? Or is it that after this tournament, whatever it is that comes with it goes with the wind? If a new team or new coaching crew comes in, they start afresh?
The coach will do a technical report. There will be a technical report, and that technical report will be submitted to the technical department to look at. But now the question is, where's our technical department? We have Austin in Ecuador, the last time I know, running the technical departments. Austin is looking for transport to even travel to where it's going to. So there's a whole lot of things that are not in order. But as a team, what you do before every game and after every game. Before every game, you call your technical team. You sit down with your technical team and say, this and this and that and this and that. whom do we play? They have a right fullback that is slow. Do we have a player that can counter him? They have a central defense like what South Africa did to us. They just knew that we had a very slow central defense, and they decided every ball should be jumped behind them for us to run. These are teams that play with a lot of intelligence. We've looked at our coach Pesero, and one of the people that said he should be fired because I felt he wasn't technically sound. But he was given a contract to qualify the team to the semifinals, which he did. And I think he deserves another chance because of the terms of his contract. But when you look at our team, we all sat back and we said, this is Jose Mourinho. Mourinho says his best friend. Why are you parking the bus? We have the ability to win games. We have the ability to go forward. Now, the style we played, why leave the 5 men behind? In other games we played, we all saw that Bassi will bump forward, and we saw that Aina will bump forward, and they put a lot of pressure on our opponents. But yesterday we didn't do that. We all defended. We had Onyeka defending. We had Iwobi can't defend. He can't defend. He likes to throw those passes. But instead of having an opportunity to play, he can't play. So once he holds the ball, there are no runners. Nobody's running on the left. Nobody's running on the right. So where would he throw those passes? So these are technical things for technical people. Overall, they will say we lost the game. And again, I still say it. We didn't expect them to get here. But the truth about it is that you gave us ice water and we wanted ice cream. That's just it is. We wanted a little bit of taste. We were in the desert. You gave us water. Give us ice water or ice cream, something, top it for us. And they didn't do that for us.
Well, some people will disagree. As you said, we didn't expect to come this far. The very fact that we did should be enough icing for us. At least there's ice something there. Whether ice water or ice cream, there's ice.
No ice. No, this one is not ice cream. Not enough. They didn't give us anything.
No cream here.
Let me tell you how this thing works, okay? When you get to the semifinals and lose, if you lose, there's the 3rd place to play for. So you see most teams say, okay, let's get something here. Now, when you get to the finals, the only thing you need to play for is the trophy. Now, the silver medal becomes useless because you are not playing for it. It's given to you. You see? Silver is given to you. 3rd place, you play for. The gold, you play for. That's why in football, we say the silver is the most useless medal because you don't play for it.
I would disagree with you. When we resumed this morning, when we started the show this morning, you said, well, silver is better than bronze. Well, I hope you've heard now. Football, if there's anything I have loved about this tournament, it's been the conversation on social media. It's been how, they talk about dragging. I mean, if you see Nigerians trying to comfort themselves now, you hear things like, the cup is not even fine. You hear things like, we only went to that tournament to beat South Africa and drag Ghana. Those kind of things. So at the end of the day, because it's supposed to be about uniting the continent, would you say on the whole, have we been, never mind that very ugly, situation we nearly had when Nigeria was about to play South Africa, and the fact that there was a warning against how Nigerians should celebrate should we beat South Africa. Apart from that, on the whole, would you say that the tournament is achieving its aim of uniting the continent?
Thank you for this question. Beautiful tournament. We must give it to the Ivorians. At the end of the game, I had a viewing center, and everybody turned around and said, Ida, if not you, this lose, if we like to lose, after spending $1.5 billion, that's what they spent to host this tournament. How would we have felt if we were hosting with 60,000 president and his wife? No sentiments. But again, we must credit this tournament. It's been one of the best we've had. In every tournament we've had, we've complained of referees, we've complained of bad pitches, we've complained of hotels. These are the basic things that cost the transport, even with transportation. But with all the reports that has filtered in, it's been the best tournament that they haven't asked the Europeans to come and see how the VAR is used. In this tournament, the VARs are not used because they want to check controversy. Every time the referee is called to come and check the VAR, he comes because there's a cogent reason, and he never changes his mind. And most times, he takes decisions and allows the game to flow. Great refereeing in this tournament. The pitches were fantastic. We didn't have any issue with pitches. They were watered out when they were supposed to be watered, and the stadiums were in top-class conditions. The tournament was, for me, fantastic. You know, thank God for social media. Social media exposes these things you don't want to see. But this tournament has been one of the best. We must give it to the Ivorians. And I think the trophy they won just put the ice cream on the ice for them. For us, for us, we will manage the silver because we never expected. Yes.
Yeah, but the unification part, the part where Africans get to know themselves better, the part where, you know, we value one another even more. Would you say the tournament is achieving that?
It has, but you know, when it concerns football, there's no kind of unity. In football, it's your nation's pride is at stake. So would I want to share my pride with South Africa? No, I want to beat them. I want to beat Ghana. We are brothers. Ghanaians will say we are brothers, but we don't want to share glory with you. But basically, it unites us. Yes, the whole world. Some years ago, Jurgen Klopp, the coach of Liverpool, said, called our AFCON, called this some, I don't want to mention it on TV, called this some crazy name. And he was attacked vehemently because he disregarded our AFCON. All of a sudden, the world, I had this, and this is for sure, that China, people in China were watching AFCON. We didn't watch the Asian Cup because it was almost irrelevant. But the eyes are on Africa because we're producing week in, week out. We're producing superstars. So people are paying attention to African football. And this Nations Cup has given us a kind of relevance that our football is real. The games were fantastic. The football was at high level. There were surprises. It was a great tournament. Well, if you say unity, I think you united Africa.
So what about coming back home here in terms of what we have always talked about, organization, putting our house in order, such that we can benefit from this billion-dollar industry? Because do we have a 65,000 capacity stadium, for instance?
Well, maybe in Abuja. I think we have one in Abuja. The one in Uyo is about 40. Chairman, I will be president of NFF one day. I will be president. And the changes we want, I will bring it. You know, I contested. There's a lot of things that are not right in our football, and it pains us. You know, for those of us that love this game dearly, we want to serve. We want to serve. We want to give our knowledge. You know, I've been in football for 35 years of my life. It played for about 25 or thereabouts. So I want to give back to this game. What I state level, you know, the truth about it is they look at us as threat. You come to your state and you say, listen, I'm available. I want to serve. No one is talking to you. You come to the national level. And maybe because I'm a Christian, the Bible says the violent takes it by force. So we'll take it by force and bring changes to our football.
Yeah. Ayo.
Mr. Peterside, I mean, it is very understandable. Mr. Peterside, I mean, it is very sentiments that you are expressing here. I wanted to ask a number of questions about the game itself, but let me speak to developmental issues. One of the questions a number of people have raised, I mean, looking at the South Africa team, you spoke about it the last time, how that they are a good team, but they don't have star players, and we had that edge. A number of people have also spoken to that about the Ivorian team, a very good side, played well, but then maybe they don't have as many superstars as we. I like to speak to. I like you to speak to the football culture in Nigeria. Do you think we ever had a signature look, a signature style, so to speak, for our football? And if we did we lose it? If we don't, if we never did, do you think we need one? Because there's an identity for Brazilian football, for instance. Do you think we need something like that? Or do we have something like that we lost?
Okay, let me make it a little bit lighter for us. When we were young, you would hear this iron, ooh. That's our culture. It's as simple as that. That ooh, they are shouting is that this ball is moving around. Shego Degmami to Aloysius Atebo, Aloysius to Adoki and Maker. You could see functionality. Even if you watched our game yesterday, we're playing like the Portuguese. That's what he knows. Normally, we would play with our wingers. We would play where our midfielders would spread the ball. I think this was where we met yesterday. You know, I arranged this in Port Harcourt yesterday at the mall. And thousands of people came. That's the kind of love. This is bigger than a political rally. You know, it is the love that we have for the game that is pulling out these people from their houses. So we have this culture. Imagine that we are passing the ball, we're 1-0, and you hear, ooh. It spoils the players. But now we don't have this football culture anymore. Our tradition of playing what we know. That's why everybody's complaining. Even I see Chamberlain is saying our tactics. I didn't know Chamberlain knew tactics. But because it's embedded in your heart that our leagues play like this, our younger players play like this, the women play like this. But now, what we had all through this tournament was in Nigeria. We couldn't put 6-7 passes in a foreign team and support Arsenal. When Arsenal is playing, you know they'll have ball possession. How can Ivory Coast have more ball possession than us? It's never done. We play. We are ballers. We play football. But what we saw were just some determined men that wanted to make the country proud. And again, we say kudos to them.
Well, you know, that thing that you just said now, it resonates with a number of people. Unfortunately, it would seem like the ball possession thing was against us most of the, well, you know, quite a number of times in this tournament. Because even against South Africa, it seems that we had less percentage of ball possession than they did and all of that. What could be responsible for that, and how do we reverse it? One of the things that I remember about our football in Nigeria, this days back decades, I'm sure you're very well aware, is that when teams play together over a long time, they form, so to speak. That was the advantage that the 1980 Green Eagles at the time had, and the Segun Egbamis, the Christian Chukwus, and everyone. That was the advantage that they had. And some would also still reference the debut Golden Eaglets and what they did at the time, how that it was because they played together for quite a length of time. How significant is that? And do you see that time coming back for us? Because that's one of the advantages that the South African team boasted that they had.
We need to have a structure. If we work like we had years ago, you not just 80, we got it in 1994, 1996. Now it starts with the home-based culture. Look at the players that played in 1996, even the World Cup in 2013. You would see Stephen Keshi came back and brought 4 home-based players that played in that game. So they have a culture where you feed from, like the Brazilians. We all know that Brazilians will play the samba kind of football. We know that the British will always play fast football and just drop the ball. That's how they play. Now we're playing the Portuguese version of Jose Mourinho, where we pack the bus. Well, Jose Mourinho packs the bus is Portuguese. So that's what we're playing now. But this is not our style. We need somebody. Look at Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast fired their coach. Well, the coach resigned, if I would say. Resigned when they didn't qualify. They brought their own home-based coach that knew the culture of the people. All of a sudden, everything changed. He would have said to them, what are you people, where are you running to? Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Every time you play football, the coaches will say to you, deny the opponent time and space. Deny the opponent time and space. And who holds the ball wins the game. Everybody's looking for one ball. So knock it around, play it around, and you get results. We don't have that kind of culture. You know, a lot of people have asked me yesterday, the coach got to the finals. What do you think? I said, fire him. Bring
Maybe food for thought at that point. We'll see what happens moving forward. But at least we appreciate the boys. They did what they could. I mean, what a tournament it was. So the experience will live with them forever. Because I'm sure they all wanted to win as well. So nobody will get to the final and want to lose. So we appreciate them. And I appreciate you as well, too, for talking to us always. So thank you for your time again today.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so some messages coming through. Festus says about the electronic transmission of results, of election results, cannot guarantee efficient, secure, cost-effective, and engaging elections. Only our politicians can guarantee efficient, secure, and cost-effective elections if they play by the rules and stop making our elections a do-or-die election.
I agree with you 100%, Festus. Well, take a look at this one from Adekunle Dada. It says, when we talk of using NIN for voting, we must also take note of the fact that more than 90% of Nigerians only have the temporary paper card and not real card with chips that expires after 5 years. Well, that's a national ID card, but that's not the NIN. The NIN doesn't expire. It's just a card that expires. You have the NIN for life.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That certainly doesn't nullify, asking for the NIN.
Yeah. Yes. Joshua is speaking in the same light about the NIN, but this is what he says. I think the lawmakers should also propose linking the voter card with NIN. I think that's part of what question Chamberlain asked the other time. With your thumbprint, you should be able to vote, and the issue of accreditation eliminated.
That makes a lot of sense. And I think moving forward, those are the things we should do to save cost, because we say we don't have money in this country. We need to save and save and save and do the right things and plug the leakages. Well, that is the show today. Thank you all, including the Super Eagles, too. Well done, boys. We'll see you next time. I'm Chairman Nosov. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for watching. Here's wishing you have a productive week.
Yeah.
I'm Malpelquin Yusuf.
Number 2 is still better than number 3. I'm Ayo Makinde. Do have a wonderful rest of your day and week.